or try to take their women. But say that for another day. All right, so the 21st century movement, the wide road to Nimrod and the narrow road to Yahshua. As we always say, peace and greetings to the tribes of Israel, to all those who have been scattered abroad. Peace unto you, salutations unto you. Peace to all the people who have joined themselves to Mashiach through these open doors. He's tore down the walls of separation. He tore through the veil. We may be able to enter in. So peace to all those who have joined themselves to Mashiach. But understand, when you join yourself to him, there's got to be some changes. Okay? Regardless of where you come from, if you ever join yourself to him, you got to convert to him. He ain't converting to you. Okay? So you got to change your diet. You got to change different traditions and customs that you probably grew up with. You got to change those things. All right? Things that are unclean, things that are not right. Right? You got to change your definition on what is right and what is wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that because we don't know that. But if we've entered into this relationship, okay, all right, I don't want to be the abusive husband or the off-the-chain wife, because what happens? You get cut off, you get divorced, you get cut out. There's nothing for you. So once we come into a relationship, we've confessed that Mashiach, that's my Savior, and we got to change some things. So peace to all those who have done that. Mm-hmm. To those who have made that commitment and have not changed yet. It's a woe unto you. Okay? It's dreadful to fall into the hands of the Most High Yah. It's dreadful. It's terrible. That's why he's saying in the book, woe unto you that yearn on that day. People be yearning and fiending. I can't wait to Yaakov. Why? Mountains melt. Are you a mountain? You're less than a mountain. So what's going to happen to you, to your little body? What's going to happen to your little body if mountains melt, stars drop, oceans evaporate? Anyway, peace and greetings to all the people. To those that we got a lot of people that's just stuck in different scenarios. People that's stuck in the drugs or stuck in lust and just stuck in different areas. All right, the power of the word can pull you out. It'll pull you out. You got to want to come out. You got to get out of jail card, use it. Use it. So peace and greetings to all those of the house of Israel, not of the house of Israel, but have joined themselves through Mashiach, to those that are stuck in their own hell. Ain't nobody be sitting here preaching to you about going and burning in hell and you living in hell. What good is that going to do you? You living in hell. So there's a way out. The gospel will pull you out. But you got to want to come out. Or know your scenario. Know where you're at. Somebody got an addiction or a problem, the first thing they got to do is what? They got to admit they got a problem.
Amen. Go to rehab.
You can't get no help if you don't know you need help. That's a whole different sickness right there. So some of it don't matter what a person say. No matter how hard you pray for them, it don't matter if I don't want no help. Anyway, so I'm going. Now I'm starting. So now I'm pushing my little button. Now I'm starting. All right. So we're talking about the wide road to Nimrod or the narrow road to Yahshua. All right. So the wide road will take us to Nimrod. Nimrod will take us a wide way. Many people will be on that way. Safety in numbers mentality. You will not be in the out crowd. You will be part of the in crowd. You grew up in elementary and middle school getting picked on because you wasn't in the in crowd. Well, guess what? You stay on that wide road. You ain't got to worry about it. You'll be all part of it. You be part of the in crowd. You'll be cool. You'll be popular. You'll be moving with the trend. You'll be trendy. You'll be trending, as they say. Trending. You'll be all across the web, all across the board. You'll be okay. You'll be safe. Safety's in numbers. Nimrod will take care of you. Huh? Nimrod will help you. Or You're on the narrow road. The narrow road gonna carry that bright light. That bright light. It might drop you like a dead man, but you'll be saved.
Hallelujah.
And what's gonna make us difference? Other righteous men didn't drop down like they feel like they were dead. But that bright light. Then you're like, I don't know, man, brightening like the Son of Man coming. But that same bright light, you won't believe that bright light gonna do. It's gonna smite the wicked one. It's gonna smite the wicked one. The wicked one and all them on Wicked One Road. They took the Nimrod Express. Gonna smite all of them. But that's your choice. That's our choice. Huh? Why everybody going that way? No, you know, I don't like to be by myself. I don't want to do that. I don't care what the Ruach tell me. God sitting there, angel sitting there trying to pull you by the back of your neck, and you still fighting and going the other way. Well, just go that way, dummy. Matthew 7, verse 6. Give not that which is holy to the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. Ask, it shall be given you. Seek, ye shall find. Knock, it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, he will give him a stone? That verse always comes to my mind when my boys come in and asking for some food, and I know they done ate. And I'm sitting there eating in my plate. That usually pops in my mind. Sometimes I give them some of my food. Sometimes I don't. But I know y'all done ate more than me. Anyway, verse 10. Or if he asks a fish, he will give him a serpent. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him.
Hallelujah.
Now, verse 12. Therefore all things, how many things? All things,
Yes, sir.
whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to all them, or to them. So whatever you want done to you, the good thing, to be treated right, to be treated with respect. Don't be in my space. Let me talk. All those things, you must do it to others. And you won't believe what the great teacher said. For this is the, go ahead, this is the
Law
and the prophets.
Yes, sir.
So that's in your book. That's in your book. The great teacher made it real simple. However you want to be treated, you make sure you treat others that way. This is the
Law
and the prophets.
and the prophets.
Yes, sir.
So it's all up in your book. Over 50% of your book right there. When he didn't say the writings, he said law and the prophets. He didn't say the writings, he said law and the prophets. So therefore all things whatsoever that ye would do, that men should do to you, do ye even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. And you had somebody named Shaul come up in behind a little bit later. And what he said, that the fulfillment of the Torah is what?
Law.
Love.
Yeah.
So we see how this makes sense now. So however you want to be treated, treat others that way. Make it just a universal code. Ain't got to get too deep. Ain't got to go chasing nothing. Ain't got to go running flying after nothing. Verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Bring it out.
Wide, broad, many, easy, accessible. Think how easy it is to do things that are wrong today. Huh? How easy is it to do things that are wrong? It's so accessible to you to jump on this interstate. You ain't got to leave your house.
Yeah.
You ain't got to leave your house, jump on that interstate. Huh? And that interstate leads you to destruction. And you won't believe what the great teacher said. And many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life. And few there be that find it. So I say the wide road will carry you to Nimrod now. The narrow road will carry you to life. Now remember on verse 13, I'm going to reference back to this, but enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Remember the destruction.
Yes,
So just remember wide and destruction, especially destruction. Okay. All right. Matthew 17, 15 through 20. Beware of false prophets. You won't believe that when we get to the end, that we had the, what was it, the, who was thrown in the lake of fire in the end? Beast.
False prophet. And the Antichrist.
Beast, false prophet.
And the angels, the demons.
Yes. So we had the beast, false prophet, but referencing specifically on the false prophet. But right here it says false prophets. So there's going to be many of these false prophets that can lead you on the wide road, the wide gate. Okay. Beware of the false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. It was the dragon, that's what it was. The dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. But yes, death and hell is going up in there. And unfortunately, those who say, you know what, I don't want it. I don't want it. Ye shall know them by their fruits. So when it comes to making decisions, and we got to make decisions about, we all got to make decisions. When you make decisions about things, especially if it's referencing your walk, your life, and you dealing with other people, the teacher told you what to go by. That's what it said. But you won't believe what we go by. Everything under the sun. It ain't got nothing to do with fruit. And this right there, he made it so simple. He said, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. And then he go into a parable. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth forth good fruit, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into fire. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them. Made it simple. Made it simple. All right. Once again, straight and narrow. It's gonna be few on there. It's gonna be a few. Ain't gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be a lot. I was talking to a family member. They was at how stuff going, how church going. Church going good. I think she's about to ask how many people you got. She didn't. I'm glad she didn't, because I sure would have told her. We ain't got that many. Could we tell daggum truth? That's bottom line.
Yeah.
Folks don't want to hear the truth. Christians don't want to hear the truth.
No.
I really deal with folks on the street. They're more open to the truth than a bunch of Christians.
Yes.
People don't want the truth. And then some of the Christians is just like Nicodemus. They'll come and sneak around to you. Hey, what you think?
Pray for me, please.
Is this okay? What you think? They got that Nicodemus in them. Scared to come out. Scared what folks gonna say about it. And lose their position.
Come on. Body and soul.
But wide, broad, many gonna be on that one. Wide, broad, many. Anyway, so let's turn to Psalm 18. Psalm 18. Psalm 118. Things going good. Doing the best we can with what we got. And ain't gonna and not gonna hold our tongue. Gonna tell daggum truth. So I don't respect a lot of people. My grandma, mom said all the time when I was growing up, the truth hurt. Yahshua said, "Truth set you free." Some folks like that. Some folks like they sell now. They got their sale arranged real nice. Got a real nice sale. They got a 50-inch flat screen up in here. I got Alexa all up in my cell. Alexa, turn the lights on. Alexa, pour me some water. I leave my cell. Psalm 118:20. The gate of the Lord into which the righteous shall enter. The gate of the Lord into which the righteous shall enter, I will praise thee, for thou hast heard me and art become my salvation. All right, so we traveling on this narrow road. We are people of worship and praise on this narrow road. Okay, Psalm 118, that was 20 and 21. Okay, so the righteous enter in through the gate. Right, that's why Yahshua said, straight is the gate, narrow is the way. Right, we enter in it. We ain't up in that thing hush mouth. All right? We're not up in there hush mouth. All right? Because we're going somewhere. We got expectation. We don't really know when. We don't even know how. We just know it is. We don't know when, we don't know how, but we just know it is. It is what? Gonna be. What's it gonna be? Whatever you want it to be.
Amen.
When you serve when you serve a Yah, that time works for him. So you don't really, we can't really wrap our mind around time. Time, he got multiple clocks within a clock. This man managed he managed every human being on earth. Every living organism Yah manages. People, animals, plants, everything that lives, he manages. And they all got their own time system. The post-Diluvian era, okay, post-Diluvian era, all right, which is the era that we're in, okay, all right. Late Latin, the diluvialus means flood, okay. Diluvialus, I think that's right, means flood. It's from the Latin dil re or dil vere, it means to wash away. When I talked about today in class, about washing away, was it rinsing or washing? So the flood was a washing.
Yeah, it was.
You
think?
It was a washing, and ultimately from lavir or lavere to wash. So when we think of the flood, we think of a great washing. Y'all washed the earth. Washed it completely. My wife was talking about soap and water with the kids. Use soap and water on the earth. You had to wash the earth. Okay. So if we know that the scripture is true, Yah has not changed the discourse of this planet since the deluge or since the flood. As in, there hasn't been any kind of cataclysmic event that affects everybody, right? The flood affected everybody, right? But there hasn't been another flood, right? There hasn't been, fire and brimstone and rain over all of the earth, right? There was a flood, okay? And so we are in the post-flood era, okay? Now Noah was righteous and worthy to go from the pre-flood to the post-flood. Think about that. Noah was righteous and worthy to go from one side to the other side. He was on one side, and Yah was like, there's only one worthy to go to the other side. I'm going to use him. Okay? Keep that in mind. There was only one. Right? So things became new. Vegetation became new. Animals, seasons, humans, repopulation. Okay? So things became new. Okay, let's look at Genesis 10. Genesis 10. Genesis 10. We're going to look at the generations of one of Noah's boys. Genesis 10 and 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mitzrayim, and Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Ra'amah, and Sabeteka. And the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. Cush begat Nimrod, and he became to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Okay, so one of these sons of Noah and their offspring, okay, we get Ham had Cush. Like, long story short, Cush had a boy named Nimrod. Now, why is the Nimrod mentioned in verse 7? So the other boys are mentioned. It mentioned his boys and his grandboys. They mentioned Nimrod a little bit later. So all we can assume is that there's something a little bit different about Nimrod. It's just a little bit different. It's just a little, we don't really know why. The writer wrote it that way. And as we say, what did the author think already knew? Right, some of the questions we ask after Torah class. Okay, so into that, we'll look at one more thing. So the deluge with the flood, so Yah starts everything over. Okay, washes the earth, gives it a good washing. Okay, now Noah went from one side to the other side, right? Noah did. Okay. Now, there is a deity in Roman thought. Roman mythology is called Janus. Anybody ever heard of Janus? Janus. Where's where we get January. And Janus is the Roman deity that he is the past, and then he's the future. Janus is also described as being a gate. He's two-faced. Okay, he's a door. Janus transitions from one side to the other side. So we see how the other one has his replica. Because there's only really one who went from one side, that was Noah. Right? As far as that's concerned. So we have Janus, we have the Roman deity, which Janus, where we get kind of January. Okay?